Friends, today I want us to speak about fever blisters, cold sores. Um, so in other words, herpes simplex. Um, okay, I'm going to speak about myself, and that may seem a bit out of the ordinary. The reason I want to speak about myself is because I suffered from this condition very badly. Since the time I was young, I always developed fever blisters on a regular basis, whether it was very cold outside and sort of going into winter or exposure to the sun. There were a million and one reasons. Also, when my immune system would sort of get a bit lower, I would definitely get fever blisters. And as I said, I suffered with this badly. I'm unsure of how many years ago this was. We were already living on this property where we are currently, and we've been here for 22 years. So it is many years ago, maybe 10, 12, I don't know, 14 years ago. I again developed fever blisters, and what actually happened is that it started on, I think it was my lower lip, and then it spread from the one side straight to the other side of my mouth, and then it also spread to the upper part of my mouth and then into the nose. Needless to say, it got so bad that it swelled up and it became one mass, which eventually all the skin peeled off, and I had blood, pus, and water running from my face. I actually looked like an ape. It was terrible. I couldn't leave the house, and eventually, when I was forced to leave the house, I had to also make myself like a veil to keep this just under wraps so that people couldn't see how bad this was. Anyway, what I found is that lysine, the amino acid lysine, is very, very helpful for fever blisters. The minute you feel the tingling starting, if you should take 2 of the lysine capsules, it stops it in its tracks immediately. The fever blister does not develop, and it just disappears. Then, if your fever blister should get worse, I'm saying now in the case where you didn't take the lysine, or you maybe didn't have lysine available immediately, and where the fever blister actually went up into the normal inflamed situation. If you start taking the lysine, then it obviously can't take the fever blister away immediately, but what it does is it actually shortens the duration of the fever blister, where it would normally take, let's say, between 7 and 10 days for this fever blister to become under control. Then this would be shortened and it would heal much faster. Okay, then my feelings are for quite a number of years now, since I started using the lysine. I do not use it on a permanent basis. More recently I am, because of the virus, or the so-called virus, but because it was found in studies done in the USA, that this actually kills different viruses. Now, I can certainly, from the viewpoint of the herpes virus, confirm this. I have had no fever blisters for many, many years now. Like I say, under normal circumstances, I don't take the lysine all the time. When I feel a fever blister, or when I did feel a fever blister coming along, I would definitely take 2 allicin, and maybe the following day another 1 or 2, and like I say, it would just disappear immediately. It wouldn't actually flare up at all. Now, yeah, I'm asking a question with regards to herpes zoster. I have not tried the allicin, or I haven't had anybody with shingles, with the herpes zoster virus, who have managed to use the allicin and to confirm that it actually works for the shingles. Um, so it would be very interesting if somebody was faced with shingles to actually try it and to give feedback on whether this in fact heals the shingles and then maybe stops shingles, the herpes zoster, from transpiring again. Like I say, I believe that whatever virus, the dormant virus that causes the herpes simplex, um, once you have it, they tell you have it for life. I have, however, found, like I say, that for a number of years, I did start feeling the sensation of the, if it's not dogs, it's cats. But anyway, the minute the sensation, like I say, I did have that, and I would take the allicin and it would go away. But it's been many, many, many years now that I've had no even a slight inkling of a fever blister, a cold sore actually coming to the fore. So most definitely, please do try it. And like I say, with those with herpes zoster, the shingles, please give it a try and keep me posted on whether you find that it has any benefits to you. And then while we're chatting about shingles, I just want to mention that some years ago, it must have been about 8 years ago, when I still had my shop at Cafe Pavilion in town, my health shop and treatment centre, we organised like a chat with a whole bunch of ladies, and I said, okay, we will throw all the names into a jar, a hat, if you will, and draw a name, and whose ever name is drawn will get a complete set of facial products. Now, much to my disgust at the time, the lady whose name was drawn had shingles, which was on her face, down her neck, and she had been treated for very, very many years by the doctors with cortisone and all different products to try and get rid of the shingles. Needless to say, the shingles was there, and it did not dissipate in any way. I'm not sure if she had a slight improvement while on the cortisone, but like I said, they treated her for many years. So when she won the facial range, like I say, I was like not disgusted, but like taken aback, and I thought, you know, Lord, why would somebody with the shingles on their face now be in a position to have these products? And what transpired is prior to me handing over, or with me handing over the skin range to her, I cautioned her. I said to her, please try the products, although they're totally natural, and because they don't contain any chemicals, parabens or preservatives, only natural preservatives, just be cautious. Where you've got the shingles, just try it on a small little piece of the skin. Don't go crazy and just put this all over your face. because I certainly didn't know how it would react. Anyway, she disregarded my caution, or the word of caution that I gave, and continued to just put the products everywhere on her skin. And look, she had at that stage it would have been a facial wash, a rosewater toner, there would have been the firming moisturizer, and then I gave her an Alice serum. And she reported back to me, like within a couple of days, that the shingles was going away. So I realized that nothing in the other products could have benefited her except for the Alice serum. So please don't throw vitamin C out of the equation when you are dealing with shingles. Drink your vitamin C, and I would strongly suggest that you, if you don't buy a Alice serum, that you actually make your own, and that you actually apply this to the area where you've got your shingles. I think that's about it for today. You all have a blessed day.